Microsoft Research just posted one of the most important agent demos of the week, and the surprise is not that the agent is bigger, it is that Microsoft is trying to make the agent stack smaller. The release is called MagenticLite. It works across your browser and local files, and it is powered by small models, MagenticBrain for planning and coding, and Fara 1.5 for browser use. If this works, the next wave of agents may not need a giant frontier model for every click. That changes the whole product equation. Cheaper background agents, faster responses, more privacy options, and more more tasks running in parallel without burning frontier model money.
The demo matters because it is not just a chatbot answering inside a box. Microsoft gives MagenticLite access to a folder of notes from the last Microsoft Build conference, then asks it to search for what changed and create an update document. Watch the shape of the workflow. It reads local files, creates to-dos, opens a browser in a virtual machine, gathers current information, and then writes the document. This is exactly where agent products usually get expensive and brittle. The interesting part is not one perfect click. It is the system staying coherent while moving between local context, web context, and a concrete deliverable. The best detail is the handoff. When MagenticLite needs email access, it does not pretend it can magically solve authentication. It asks for help, lets the human take control, then continues after the blocker is cleared. That sounds small, but it is the product difference between a flashy demo and a usable agent. Real agent work has logins, permissions, private files, and moments where the system should stop and wait instead of guessing. This is also why the UI matters. A good agent surface has to show what it is doing, what it needs, and where the human can safely intervene. Under the interface, Microsoft describes a planner model called MagenticBrain, also referred to in the talk as Magentic Orchestrator. Its job is to turn messy requests into concrete steps, choose tools, delegate browser work, write code when needed, and recover when something breaks. This is the interesting claim. Orchestration is usually where teams reach for the biggest model they can afford. Microsoft is saying the planner itself can be small enough to run efficiently next to the browser model. If that holds up outside demos, agent systems can become more modular. One model plans, one model operates the browser, and the user stays in the control loop. The reason this is worth watching is the training recipe. Microsoft says the model learns from two kinds of data. First, normal tool calling data. Choose the right tool, pass arguments, handle the response. Second, terminal-style agent data. Observe, act, recover, and keep going step by step. That mix is what teaches the model when to call a tool and when to generate code directly. This is the part builders should study, because it is less about one model and more about how agent data is changing. The real race is becoming data for long actions, recovery traces, approval moments, and messy workflows, not just chat logs. Then comes Fara 1.5, the browser use side of the stack. Microsoft describes it as a computer use model family across 4 billion, 9 billion, and 27 billion parameters. It looks at screenshots, reads the history, and predicts the next action. Click, type, remember, or ask the user. The benchmark claim is aggressive too. On Mind2Web, Microsoft says Fara 1.5 nearly doubles the older Fara 7b result, from about 35% to about 65%. The detail to notice is that browser use is being treated as its own model skill, not just as a prompt wrapped around a general chatbot. Why should you care? Because if small agent models get good enough, the economics of agent products changes. A frontier model can still be the boss for hard reasoning, but the repeated work, browsing pages, filling forms, following terminal traces, checking files, can move to smaller specialized models. That means lower latency, lower cost, and more agents running at once. It also means the interface can become more local and private, with the user still approving the sensitive steps. The winning products may look less like one genius chatbot and more like a coordinated operating system for work. The clean takeaway is this: the next serious agent products may not be one giant model pretending to do everything. They may be stacks of smaller models, each trained for a specific layer: planning, browser control, tool use, code, and human approval. MagenticLite is still a research demo, and Microsoft says some pieces are coming soon to Foundry, but the direction is obvious. Agents are moving from impressive one-off demos toward cheaper, safer, more repeatable work systems. Keep an eye on this stack, because when small models can reliably operate software, everyone can afford more agents.